Lily couldn't shake the feeling. Guilt, heavy and cold, settled in her stomach. Kim, her classmate, had borne the brunt of her anger, an outburst she now deeply regretted. 2 days had passed, 2 days of agonizing over her actions. She had to apologize, had to make things right. With a deep breath, Lily set off towards Kim's house. The walk was familiar, yet today each step felt weighed down by her remorse. As she approached the house, a sense of unease washed over her. Something wasn't right. 4 men, figures she didn't recognize, stood near the entrance. They were talking in hushed, urgent tones. Before she could process the scene, they lunged, disappearing inside Kim's house. Lily's breath caught in her throat. What was happening? Fear, sharp and cold, gripped her. Lily ducked behind a bush, her heart pounding in her chest. From her hidden vantage point, she could see shadows moving within the house, could hear muffled voices, a struggle. A chilling thought pierced through her fear. Was Kim all right? Lily strained to hear, to make sense of the scene unfolding before her. The men's voices, though muffled, held a threatening edge. They were rough, their words punctuated by thumps and what sounded like a scuffle. Lily felt a surge of helplessness. Peeking cautiously from her hiding place, Lily tried to get a clearer view. The men were inside, their shadows dancing on the curtains. One of them, tall and broad-shouldered, seemed to be demanding something from Kim. His tone was harsh, his posture aggressive. Lily watched, her mind racing. Who were these men, and what did they want with Kim? A wave of nausea washed over her, a sense of dread coiling in her stomach. This was more than just a friendly visit. Something was terribly wrong. The scene was too intense, the atmosphere too charged for Lily to handle. She couldn't stay hidden, couldn't bear to watch any longer. With a trembling hand, she covered her mouth to stifle a sob. She had to leave, had to get help, but who would believe her? Lily's mind raced as she backed away from the scene. She couldn't just walk away, could she? But what could she do? The men were older, bigger, and clearly up to no good. Fear warred with her conscience. She thought of Kim, of the look on his face when she had lashed out at him. Guilt gnawed at her. She had to do something, had to make sure he was okay. But the fear was paralyzing. "I'll come back later," she whispered to herself, a flimsy shield against her growing unease. "When they're gone, I'll come back and check on him." It was a flimsy excuse, but it was all she had to cling to at that moment. The weight of the situation pressed down on her as she turned and walked away. Each step away from Kim's house felt like a betrayal, but the seed of doubt had been sown. What she had witnessed was not a friendly visit. It was something far more sinister. Days turned